to shift from a consumer to an owner. Number 10. You're their competition, so they have to manage you. Now, attention is the most valuable currency in the world. The more distracted you are, the easier it is to keep you in the same place. When your attention is locked into endless scrolling, breaking news, and entertainment cycles, you're not thinking about building wealth, creating assets, or making strategic moves. You're consuming instead of producing. Distraction is a necessary function of a system that thrives on keeping people too busy, too entertained, or too overwhelmed to focus on their own momentum. To build wealth, you need to have control over time, energy, and mental bandwidth. You have to use social media as a tool, okay, not an escape, and consume information with purpose, not as habit. You have to guard your time because you know that time, when used intentionally, turns into wealth. Number 11, they use life insurance as a private banking system. Now, instead of using banks, the wealthy store money in high cash value life insurance policies. That way it can go tax-free and compound over time. And here you are thinking that it was just for protection. You should know by now that if something exists, it probably is because it benefits rich people in some way. Policies like whole life insurance or indexed universal life insurance or IULs have a built-in savings component called cash value. So every time you pay a premium, part of that money goes into this cash value account, which grows over time. The real advantage comes from borrowing against it. Instead of withdrawing that money and triggering taxes or penalties, the policyholder can take out a loan against their cash value without needing a credit check or approval from a bank. And the original cash value just keeps growing, as if it was never touched. This creates a self-sustaining cycle where money is always compounding, always accessible, and always protected. Number 12. Recessions are a planned transfer of wealth. When there's a recession, where does the money go? It doesn't just disappear, never to be seen again. No, recessions do not destroy wealth, they just move it around. When markets crash, assets don't disappear, they just change hands. Every downturn creates a moment where fear takes over, and those who don't understand the game sell off their investments, desperate to protect what they have. At the same time, those who are prepared step in and buy everything at a discount like it's Black Friday. When the economy is strong, debt is cheap and businesses expand. When the economy weakens, prices drop, interest rates shift, and assets become available at a fraction of their previous value. Stocks, real estate, entire businesses, everything that was once overpriced is suddenly within reach for those who have planned for it. Generational wealth is built during these crashes. We might not know when exactly the next downturn will happen, but we always have to be ready for it. Number 13, they rarely pay for anything out of their own pockets. So when you're wealthy, you've got the ability to structure your money in a way that allows your assets to pay for everything while your cash stays untouched and continues to grow. So instead of buying a car outright, you lease it through a business and turn it into a tax deduction. Instead of pulling money from your personal accounts for luxury purchases, you borrow against your investments, which gives you access to cash without needing to sell your assets. When they travel, they often do it through points, perks, or business expenses. A $100,000 purchase paid in cash is money gone. A $100,000 purchase funded through leveraged assets or tax-advantaged strategies keeps your money growing while still covering the cost. Ownership doesn't always mean paying full price for something because control over money is more valuable than simply having money. Number 14, they keep you focused on income instead of equality and ownership. Now, you were probably taught to chase income, right? You were told to work harder, earn more, get a raise. And there's a reason for this consistent lesson. It keeps your attention on how much money is coming in instead of what's being built. High salaries feel like success, sure, but they don't create lasting wealth. Ownership does. But like we mentioned earlier, ownership is a threat to those who are already wealthy. The wealthiest people aren't focused on earning the most, they're focused on owning the most. Everything is structured to increase ownership because ownership compounds in ways that income never can. You have to shift your focus from income to equity, and you do this by thinking about where your money is going, not just where it's coming from. What percentage of your outgoing money are you using to grow your wealth? Because a paycheck stops the moment your job does, but equity continues to grow, generate income, and appreciate in value over time. And number 15, they create industries around your desires, then sell your own lifestyle right back to you. Now, every industry that thrives on a massive scale does so by tapping into what people already want, your desires. Happiness, success, beauty, status, convenience, none of these things are new needs, okay? But they are constantly repackaged, refined, and sold back to consumers in ways that keep them spending. Entertainment, fashion, wellness, personal development, every trend that takes off is a response to a demand that already exists. People want to feel productive, so an entire industry rises around planners, courses, and optimization tools. People want to feel attractive, so beauty, fitness, and luxury brands turn that into a billion-dollar market. Every major business understands this. Instead of fighting for attention, they align themselves with what people are already chasing after, and they make it easy to buy into the vision. This is why trends never stop churning. A new product, a new experience, a new standard, each one built on top of the last. And again, if you want to be on the other side of this wall, the side that actually makes money, then you cannot only be a consumer, you have to be a creator too. Just think about how when you want to save money, you have to cut costs, and that makes you feel miserable because you're missing out on things you enjoy. Now, wouldn't it be a lot more profitable to monetize those desires? Look at where the money is flowing, and then find a way to step into that space where it's already going. That's all from us today, Aluxer. We'll see you back here next time. Until then, take care, my friend.